Hey awesome ones, Heather here. Now I know I've promised some self-care tips for you along with the makeup and the fashion, and I thought today I would do a video on relaxation and rejuvenation, and none of it involves TV screens or scrolling on our phones. I can't wait to show it to you, and it all starts in just a few seconds. So let's start with relaxation tip number one, and it's get yourself a jigsaw puzzle. So this one here, it's 1,000 pieces, and it's from the famous paintings. And this one is a Van Gogh, or recently we found out you're actually supposed to say Van Gogh. But when was the last time that you did a puzzle? So I don't know if you can see this, but we've got the puzzle started, and my husband suggested that we work from the outside and work our way in, and that is a great idea because, well, at least you get started on something, but we also put it on this board, and that really helps us so we're not kind of stuck indoors. We can take this outside and be working on the puzzle while the birds are chirping. So my second tip is to make little sanctuary areas where you can maybe do some reading and some relaxation. This is a little sanctuary area that we have in our home, but we also have placed a gazebo out on our deck. It's a wonderful place for some rest and relaxation, and it actually costs us less than $150, so it's a wonderful addition to our home, and it's a great place where I can read some of my favorite magazines and kind of chill out, maybe with I don't know, a glass of wine or a cool drink and maybe some snacks. So one thing I love about that gazebo is you can kind of enjoy the great outdoors without those pesky bees and mosquitoes, and not even the rain is in there. But yeah, and if you haven't seen the video on how we installed this gazebo, what I'm going to do is I'll put the link on the end screen for you and you can check it out. And while we're talking about the great outdoors, let's talk about fire pits. Now, maybe if you're out in the country, you make your own, but usually these are fire pits that you can buy, and always check with your local bylaws to make sure that you can put them out there. Ours happens to have a screen on it, which keeps all the sparks, you know, sort of contained around us. They don't go flying, and it's a great way to kind of relax the night away. Hey, s'mores, anyone? So number 4 is to build a garden. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, hey, I don't have a green thumb. I don't have a lot of room, but let's just start off with maybe an herb garden of, well, here I have basil, coriander, rosemary, and also mint. And it's a great way to get started. So I can tell you how delicious dinners and recipes taste, like a pasta with some fresh basil, or maybe some guacamole with fresh coriander, so delicious. Or how about some mint in a fresh mojito? It's just perfect for the summertime. So, but don't just stop there. You can also do some container gardens these days with vegetables. You can grow your own tomatoes, for an example. Now recently I got wildflowers for Mother's Day, and so I went out and I bought some topsoil, and these are they're really easy to plant. You just kind of sprinkle them around, and also they have an added feature of attracting butterflies, so I'm really excited about those. And you know, having containers of flowers, yes, you got to do a little watering here and there, but they really add so much to your little relaxation, rejuvenation, and sanctuary areas. and talking about creating something beautiful, which is always a nice thing to do when we're kind of relaxing, you know, being creative. How about painting? And I know again you're going, painting? But nowadays there's all kinds of painting parties, and you don't need a lot of creative ability in order to do some painting. So here are a few things that I have for working at my painting. And hey, you know, if you think that you're not creative, you can think again, because I'm going to just show you something in just a few minutes. But I've got, these are acrylic paints in here. There's all different colors. I don't have my brushes in here, but of course you need brushes. What I don't have is an easel. I just use the dining room table. I put down all kinds of newspapers and a canvas, and away I go. So there are many kind of abstract designs that you can find, and maybe even you have a picture of, I don't know, a sunrise or something like that that isn't so difficult to create. But actually, I want to show right now something that I painted, and let me just go get it. So I'm no artist, but this is what I recreated or created recently, and it's a streetcar in case you can't tell, but I'm kind of proud of it. And actually it hangs in our hallway, and whether you use acrylic paints or watercolors or maybe just pen or pencil, just drawing and creating something like this, it's a great way to relax, rejuvenate, and create your next masterpiece. So there you have it. 5 different ways to relax and rejuvenate and have a little bit of fun while you're at it. And if you're like me, I've just been watching too many blue screens these days, too much TV, too much computer, and way too much scrolling. So these days we're having some beautiful warm days, at least where I live we are. And you know, make sure that you take some of these ideas outdoors and enjoy the cool breezes and the birds chirping. And somebody else who really enjoys the outdoors is our little Hurricane. And Hurricane, you finally got a haircut. You're looking pretty nice there. And by the way, I have not forgotten about the other capsule wardrobes. I'm going to be doing those very, very shortly. And have you checked out our other channel yet? Because over there we have some backyard barbecuing, we have some healthy snacks, we have all kinds of ideas for you. And that channel is youtube.com/awesomeover50inspiration. So remember, if you're spending a lot of time at home these days, don't forget to do a little bit of relaxation and maybe bring out that creativity. And by the way, the puzzles and the fire pits and some of the things that I mentioned today, I'll put in the description or below the video some links for you so you can get started. So Hurricane and I, we just really hope that you're taking care of yourself, you know, with a little bit of self-care. And I don't know about you, but I kind of got in a rut. You know, I was just watching way too much of TVs and other screens, and I've now found a better way, and it's called rejuvenation, relaxation, and a great way to keep it awesome.